Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis IV. We are playing as the Hunter, or the nation formerly known as Lubeck. And things are going pretty well, has to be said. We are the greatest nation in the world. We are the only global hegemon. We are the economic hegemon with a 72.5% power rating, which basically means it's a free license to print money. And oh boy, do we earn a lot of money. I'd actually forgotten just how much. Wow, we make a lot of money. I have a slight problem though. I want more money. Yeah, I want to make more money. The other thing that we are doing, and the real reason that we are still playing this, because this is basically one, is I really want to see the new revolutions. I want to know how they work, and so we are kind of blitzing through time at the moment, making a few conquests, taking over more of Africa, taking over a chunk of India, but really the goal at this point is the revolutions, because I really want to know how those work. So, that's where we are. Seiji, thank you very much for the 4-month Prime resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seiji, Faceless, Silver Knight, Colinus, Poet, hello everyone. I have a lot of money, I want more money. Are you a CEO now? I mean, considering I'm the economic hegemon, I am basically Apple at this point. So, yes. Duh. Go to war with either the Commonwealth or the Ottomans. I mean, I was for a very long time allied to the Commonwealth. They don't much like me. Ottomans are actually my rival, so we probably will come up against them at some point. Oh, Mamelukes are still alive. Well, play it to the Mamelukes. Oh, it was the Castile game where Venice was doing amazingly. It's not in this one. In fact, Venice now seems to be Ferrara-coloured. Like, literally, everything that Venice once owned is now Ferraran. Ferrari? Is that why Ferrari is called Ferrari? Because it's from Ferrara? I don't think so. I think it's named after someone. What was the other thing happening? I thought we'd just gone to war with Flanders or something. Oh, I'm embargoing Canada and Liège. Canada I don't need to be embargoing, so we can cancel that one now. Do I have diplomats free? I do. Well, this is going to make me some more money. So there's Canada's embargo revoked. Right, because we just finished beating Canada up. I remember, because we wanted Montreal and Quebec, which we have now handed over to Hanseatic, which remains one of my favourite named colonial nations ever. And also Liège. However, Liège has a lot of power in the English Channel, so keeping them embargoed I think is actually a very good idea, because our ships there are reducing their trade power by 60%. Because we have a lot of ships protecting trade there. We're actually under our army and navy force limits, aren't I? Yes, I'm currently undertaking a huge shipbuilding project because we wanted to try and expand our protection networks a little bit more. Cool. When's the next war against Viger? It could actually be now. That's a very large army taking an awful lot of attrition, and they seem to be blocked there. Oops. And I really do want to take more of Coromandel. I'd also love to take some of Gujarat, which would mean fighting against Gujarat. I'd also very much like to take some off of Moravi for the Gulf of Aden, because we are very, very close to grabbing that, but we're not there yet. And then that would allow me to do more trade shifting around here, which we've already started to do, but I want more control over that. And I think part of the problem there is just ships. So where are we currently building all of our ships? I think we're building a bunch of them down here. Is there anywhere in the world where I'm not really building any yet? I don't think so. Oh, maybe England. In fact, I feel like I could build a bunch more out here. Because for some reason, Elfsborg is producing a whole bunch. There we go. Now we're a bit more spread out. And yeah, we can build some here. Build some here. That's quite a few. Build some here. And some here. And some here. And some here. That's not really a big enough coastline. No, we could build some here. I feel like I want more. I am, however, running out of coastline. Oh, no. We have this one. Build some there. Oh, and you're actually using the whole coastline. Okay, so India's going to be a surprisingly good place to build a bunch of ships, as, in fact, is Africa. Just because massive coastline. So we're building another 300 light ships. May have slightly overdone it. It's fine. Alright, off we go. And I think I also... Oh no, we're in the age of imperialism, so I can just declare war with an imperialism CB. So I think it's time that we started moving some armies. Oh, Stettin broke their alliance with us. I remember now. Yes, I was getting ready to go and fight them. And they're allied to Flanders. And Flanders has Brugge, which is another centre of trade in the English Channel. Right, I remember now. Flanders, who else are you allied to? Austria, Gelre, Novgorod, and Stettin. I don't really want to fight those. Although Gelre also has a centre of trade. But it's Gelre, so I'm a little bit more inclined to let them live because Dutch. Don't say you're an Apple man. I'm playing this on a PC, not a Mac. That should tell you enough. Question to Noob One. When I build a trade fleet, the numbers it indicates when selecting trade protection leave me confused. I don't know how to read them. Honestly, when it... Okay, so I think I know what you mean. I'm trying to find a trade protection fleet. So if you go to this select mission and then protect trade, and then it's these numbers, ignore those. They tend to be wrong. I find that trial and error is a lot better. So more important is simply knowing that you have a lot of ships. And basically just do what I just was doing here. So I'll build fleets of 20 light ships. I'll build all 20 of them and then I'll just start sending them to trade nodes. And then as soon as I hit around 75 to 80 in that trade node, I'll then move to the next one down sea. Upstream. So if we have 80% here in the English Channel, I would then move to the North Sea, make sure we have 80% there. Then I'd go to Lubeck, make sure we have 80% there. Then I'd go to the Baltic, make sure we have 80% there. Then we go to Novgorod, make sure we have 80% there, etc. That's the easy one. Then if we're doing for these, we will go to North America. Now, North America is a bit of a weird one because you don't necessarily want to have the biggest trade here because your colonies will also grab money from this. So Hanseatic right now is grabbing 34 ducats out of this trade node, and I'm not actually going to begrudge them that, because having rich colonies tends to be a good thing, because it makes you even richer as they build up their provinces and get more goods produced and stuff. But the big ones would be like Caribbean, you want to make sure that's big. The really, really important one's the Ivory Coast. We need to increase the amount that we have in the Ivory Coast. And then the Cape doesn't really matter, there's only actually one trade node here, or one trade province. Then Zanzibar, 80. Next up would be Aden, 71. So we could do with adding a little bit more to Aden. Then once we have this... Well, actually 70 is like my minimum. So 70 to 80 is what I aim for. Then we need to go to Gujarat. So, Gujarat is a problem. We need to get a lot more trade protection in Gujarat. In fact, you should be feeding into Aden. That's another step right there. And then once Gujarat's hit 80... we then go and take a look at Coromandel, get that up to 80, although that's probably going to be done through conquest, because there are a lot of centres of trade in Coromandel, and if you can control those, you'll control trade there. The other thing is you can do like very rough calculations, because if you take a look at this screen, I think it's this screen, yeah, you can see trade power. Great frigate, 5. So every frigate you have is 5 trade power. 4 for a heavy frigate, 3 for a... no. 4.5 for a heavy frigate, 4 for a frigate, 3.5 for a... caravel? And then 3 for a bark? I think it's something like that. Every generation is 0.5 more. Oh man, I was nearly there as well. Great frigate, heavy frigate, frigate, early frigate. That's the one I forgot. Caravel, bark. So bark I think starts at 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. And then you can just kind of multiply up, plus modifiers. But it really is just a process of just feeding nodes, ships, until you're happy with how much they have, then moving on to the next node. Or if you can get trade protection, sorry, if you can get the territory, building centers of trade and building marketplaces. And generally, owning the provinces is a heck of a lot safer. Because they can't be interfered with as easily by privateers and the like. The other thing I should mention, actually, which is probably hurting us a fair amount in Hanseatic right now, is the more control a single nation has, the higher the efficiency for privateering. So these privateers, New Scotland, Florida, and Neu Lubeck, are having a 56% efficiency bonus because I own so much of the trade power. Like if they were privateering in the English Channel, which in fact they are, they're getting an 81.2% bonus to efficiency because we own so much of it. So if you are in, for example, a multiplayer game and you notice that one of your rivals has a huge share of money, and that's usually very true of a certain green nation over here, send privateers against them. You won't need very many because the efficiency bonuses because of their monopoly will really boost the strength of your privateers. And you can use that against the AI. So if you're playing as, for example, Genoa, and you notice that Venice has a very high control over the Venetian trade node, you can't pull money out of Venice because it doesn't lead to you. Privateer them. Same with Seville. If you're going to like English Channel and avoiding Seville, just go and privateer them. In fact, I probably should be doing that because Portugal's got such a high share. And also, privateering does give you power projection if you're doing it against a rival. So, Vijay... Excuse me. So, against the Ottomans... I'm trying to remember who my rivals are. Oh, and the Commonwealth. Commonwealth doesn't tend to do a huge amount of trade, though. And you can't privateer inland, which is the only place where they would have a lot of control. Oh yes, Varbis, thank you very much for the resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Coming in with a 7-month Prime resub. Which country do I think I'll play next time in EU4? Not sure. I mean, there are 1 or 2 around the world which I'm interested in visiting, seeing what they're all about, but I haven't quite decided who. Also depends on whether the Southeast Asia update is out. Right, I need to go and declare a war, I think. I think I was actually about to do that previously. So we could do nationalism, which would allow us to get Stargard, Stettin, Uckmark, and Volgast for very cheap, but it would not allow me to get the... Oh, no, we have a truce still. Wouldn't allow me to get Schoenen and Holland. Which would need to be an imperialism. What's actually the difference between imperialism and nationalism? Imperialism is a 75 cost for all provinces, whereas nationalism is a 50% cost for any province you of your culture. Alright, and when's the truce good until? 41, next year, May. Okay. Election. The term is up for Nicholas Mark. Was I re-electing you? I think I was. I was, because you're an entrepreneur, and also at the time I had maxed out my Republican tradition. You're 51. I think I might re-elect you like once more, and then switch. And how are we doing for the factions? You need some power. You need some power. That'll do. Ooh, age ability. Excellent. What do I want to get? Naval engagement with would be really good for naval battles. I just don't think I'm going to have that many problems at sea anymore. Force marching being free is also very powerful. I think I'll take that, and then next time we'll take the naval engagement. Stock exchange and goer is done. Conversions are successful. And we've become kind-hearted, which is war exhaustion reduction, which will be really good if we're fighting people. Hostile privateers are definitely starting to cost me some money, which I'm not particularly happy with. Although that was a Novgorod. Are they blockading me in the Baltic? It's not very nice. Where is that? Deasden. Why are you Catholic? Oh, it's the territories I took from Norway. Yeah, fine. Convert. Although I still need to work on the trade company territories. You don't seem to be moving. That's unacceptable. Go, go! Self-sustaining. I have another merchant as well. Right, I need to see something. Bloody hell, I'm building a lot of ships. Colonists. Zigua can be recalled. And then Yatura can be built. And Kingda's already been done, so we're going to recall you and then start working on Shamba instead. Alright, cool. You're allied to Buha. Well, I think I'm going to let Alodia have a crack at you, and then I think I might go after you myself. Because I would very much like to start getting some of those Gulf of Aden centers of trade. In fact, you have 4 of them up here. 2 of them are owned by Medri Bari. Another conversion. These ones are over here. You know what? I think I want to start working on these. So Timaravelli. These are these territories. Okay. Which I think I took from Portugal. Or somebody. Okay, merchant. Where are we going to put you? Philippines? Canton? Huangzhou? Both Canton and Huangzhou feed into Malacca. Although what you can actually do is Canton to Huangzhou, then to Malacca for the extra jump. Siam, I don't think it's going to be worth particularly a lot. Hormuz, Basra and Persia I unfortunately cannot direct my way. Australia is pushing quite a lot of money into Moluccas, which we're already capturing. With my 0% control. I quite like the idea of Canton. Who's worth more? Definitely Huangzhou. Okay. Native attacks happening here. Do we have all centers of trade upgraded? We do. Do I need to upgrade you any further? With a 86% control? Don't think so. Fortress in Zeeland and Bremen. Are there any other forts that need to be upgraded? Actually, yes. Well, are these upgrades or these were... No, these are just new locations. Zimbabwe, I think, does need one. Grain, fish, livestock, wine. Also, I realised I was misunderstanding something. So, province governing cost isn't actually, and this is a bit of a weird naming convention, isn't actually like the state edict cost. Province governing cost is actually reducing the amount of governing capacity you use. So building state houses everywhere will actually allow you to grow bigger because it will reduce the number of, it will reduce your governing capacity costs from those territories. So actually building a bunch of these is not necessarily a bad idea. Why are they saving me money? Because that's not a small amount. Is maintenance related to governing costs? It's related to development. And this place does have an edict going, so maybe it does? No, state maintenance. That's why that saves me money. Ah, okay, so the state maintenance reduction is exactly what you'd think it is the state maintenance. And then the province governing cost is the size of the province. However, states for a merchant republic cost more governing capacity, but trade company provinces for a merchant republic cost a heck of a lot less. They're like 75% cheaper or something crazy. Which regular nations don't get. So merchant republics are going to be very small at home and absolutely freaking huge abroad. Which is basically what we're seeing here. And I am very, 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 very slightly over. So do I want to make this kind of investment where I build these everywhere? Yeah, Hunt Pirates basically just reduces the efficiency of privateers. It also reduces the amount raiders gain. So if you're having real problems from pirates raiding you, put some ships onto Hunt Pirates and their raiding efficiency goes down, which can really cripple their income. The downside with that is you can only raid a province once every 10 years. So if you're particularly good at micromanaging, switch it on every 10 years for when they try to raid you. Otherwise, you're just paying full maintenance for the ships on a mission, and also the sailor cost for a mission. So it's not particularly good way of stopping raiding, unfortunately. I wish it was slightly better for that. In fact, a better way of reducing raiding costs would probably be like batteries. That would actually be making these buildings super, super useful. Not to say, of course, that they aren't already. Hey, Churchill. Right. Wow, that's a whole ducat in profits? Oh, hell yeah. Alright, we're building these. Gotland didn't have a shipyard? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Truce with Stettin just ended. Well, isn't that a shame? Oh, you're being guaranteed by... No, you are guaranteeing Sweden. That's not going to stop me. Soz. Oh man, this is going to be an absolute slaughter. I don't even have their morale raised. Oops. Stack wipe. It's over. And we will also need to attack Flanders. Naval Showman, Prestige and Naval Tradition from Naval Combat. That's a large Flemish army. Hello. Minus a 92% chance. Man, I like high-level ships. Oh, we just sank the Flemish fleet. Captured 2 of their heavies. Thank you. Oh, yes, that's a good point. The other thing I was going to double-check was my doctrine, because, and this is kind of hilarious, I set my doctrine at the very start of the game to be a bonus for galley combat. I have not changed this for a very, very long time. And I'd quite like it to be more ship trade power at this point. Yeah, which is going to make me even more money. It'll cost me 4,600 ducats to change. Pff, pocket money. It's fine. Done. Kalmar is sieged. Alright, so we will need a general here. You can have Grumbuskin. I think I need some more generals. And there's Stettin. Okay, they're trying to run away. Hopefully they don't make it. They will. That's a 3-star general. He could theoretically do a fair amount of damage to me if he felt like it. Vijayanagар has declared me as their rival. Ooh, ship combat ability and trade steering bonus. For 10 years. I'll go on then, if you insist. Don't mind if I do. Now if... Ah, I'm at war, I can't rival you. Otherwise, believe me,